Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery. Today, we are doing the Emmett by Hinderer knives. Before we get too far into it, 22 veterans a day in this country take their own lives. Vets, love you. You have a place here. We back to blue over here. We sport Leo. How do you do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law anymore. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. Well, guys, this is the Emmett by Hinderer knives. Now, I had somebody ask me to show the sheath a little more, and guys, when it comes to some of this stuff, if you want to see something a little extra, just let me know. Now, Woodland Harness did this sheath. It is beautiful, beautiful leather, solid stitching, and I'm going to tell y'all something. This is my most favorite of all the Hinderer knives that I've demonstrated. This one comes, of course, from JR. And let me give you some specs right quick. The blade length is 3.83 inches. Blade width is 0.165 inches. Handle length is 4.78 inches, which I love. Overall length, 8.61 inches. Handle width is 0.627, and our steel type is CPM20CV. It is a clip point. It has some awesome jimping on it, and it is my absolute favorite of the Hinderer. Now, B.D. Willis said, hey man, just my 2 cents, I'd like to see the sheath a little more. And guys, again, with stuff like that, just let me know. I'm happy to do it. Some of this stuff, honestly, I just don't think much about. You see the Hinderer logo there. And again, American made, just like the knife. The knife has burgundy micarta handle scales. And it's also, I believe this is a stonewash. I'm pretty sure the blade's stonewash. Very, very comfortable knife. Now, if it has a sharpening choil on it, again, it's a clip point. Now, if you are new here, I set up my videos in a way that you can just watch the knife work. I don't do tests, don't really do a lot of reviews. I do more demonstrations. And with my skill set, which I always say I'm a novice at best, but that doesn't mean I'm an idiot. I know how to use a knife. I may not know all the terms. I'm learning. I'm trying to up my base knowledge. But the one thing that I can tell you about this knife right off the rip is, and I'll go back to it, and I'll go back to it, and I'll go back to it. It is incredibly comfortable and incredibly easy to use. Now, one thing I'm going to do, and I've already checked with JR, he said it's fine. I'm going to send this up to my guy DJ Horn. We're going to up the sharpness level. Basically, what I try to do when I do the tests or demonstrations, what have you, is show you the potential of the knife. And again, my skill set has come up and we're trying to get better. But again, bear in mind, novice at best and all that bullshit that goes with that. Now, this knife I love. Okay, I had some pieces of hackberry, I had some pieces of oak, I had some different stuff there. I hit a knot, of course, and had to focus on that. But the knife handled very, very well. Now, to me, this would be like a perfect hunting, fishing type knife. It seems like it would be a great skinner. In complement with a bigger chopper or something like that. But this knife will do what you need it to do. And again, it rides perfectly. Old Scab here had to pull up the pants. I carry about 17 knives. But I love the sheath. I love a leather sheath. Now we're doing the Donnie B All-day drop test. Donnie B All-day throw it at the stump test. What does that do? It checks the balance. We check the tip. And it just double checked the edge. All were perfect. Donnie is marching to 10,000 subs. Get over there. Subscribe to my guy, Donnie B All-day. The other reason I set my videos up like this is so we can cover a broad range of topics. And try to give you some different stuff, and I try to stay focused, but y'all know I ramble. One thing I do want to say is thank you to everybody who showed up to the live last night on Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. We had our first video on the brand new channel last night. Thank y'all so much. Shout out to the Shredder for winning the grand prize. And guys, tomorrow night I will let out the rules. I'm giving away, again, thanks to JR, a Hinderer XM-18 3.5. The rules for the giveaway will be tomorrow, and we'll kind of do a State of the Union address. But I did want to shout out Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. I'll put a link in the description. Donnie B All-day is another shout out. And the last minute of this video, I have a very, very special shout out. I know sometimes we skip through videos and just skim through them, but if you would please dedicate the last minute of this video, I would appreciate it. Now, here you see this knife just cruising through the water hose. I've said this many times, I can make the sharpest knife in the world look dull, and there's nothing wrong with the sharpness level of this knife. But to show its maximum potential, and it didn't come straight out of the box, JR's carried it, so what I want to do is basically start fresh, have DJ put a brand new edge on it, and right here we're going to do a little stress on it, little tug, but it got through. But I want to start fresh and just really maximize this knife. Now right here we're going to do the JP stab test, the John Peters stab test, and there's a good shot of that jimping on the back. You can see we're going to do a hammer stab. Now I do this to check hot spots in the handle. A clip point's going to stab. That's what they do. That's what they're for. And the knife held up pretty good. This is the sidewall of a tire off El Diablo. And I think we got one or two. And again, I don't raise it up. I don't try to jump up in the air and stab it and all that. I just, a quick 6 to 8 inch draw back and slam it down. 0 hot spots in this knife. Right here we're going to do, takes a couple cuts. That stuff's about a 1/4 inch thick now. It's not thin. And I've got thinner pieces, thicker pieces. The idea though is to show you we're cutting the sidewall of a tire. All right. Now, this also has, and guys forgive me if I get the terminology wrong, but it does have right above the jimping a slight little ramp. You see that slight ramp there. I like resting my hand there. It wouldn't do me much good to rest my head there, although I wouldn't put it past me in my younger days. So right here we're going to tap it in and we're just going to pull some slight curly cues. Overall, man, I love this knife. This would be a knife that I'd love to put on my belt, maybe for a camping or a kayaking trip. Again, the leather, the sheath, first rate. This, to me, this knife is first rate. I love CPM 20CV. And again, guys, I want DJ to sharpen it, and I want to get his thoughts on it, and I'll report back how easy it was to hone it back and all of that. I like trying to get that information out to you guys. Now, right here, that's an old piece of oak. We're going to do just some light batoning. Now, what we're going to baton is, this is some of that old petrified firewood you get from Home Depot. Some of it you get, man, and it's perfect for batoning. And of course, I started off camera, but trust me, you'll see it in a minute. And some of it's just hard as a damn brick bat. This stuff falls into the hard as a brick bat category, but the knife held up very, very well. No damage to the edge, no damage to the tip, no rolling. The knife performed just like you would expect this knife to perform. Now for a Hinderer, it is fairly affordable. It's around $275. I think personally, a good knife. I love the micarta handle scales. I love micarta anyway. I love CPM 20CV. It handled every little demonstration we did. And again, nothing we do here is scientific. We're not trying to be, nor are we trying to pull the wool over your eyes. I just want to show you how the knife works. You will also see me a lot in my videos go to, I'll slice a lot of wood. This is a slicey knife. I try to slice all different kinds of wood just to give you, I'll do a few feather sticks, but mostly just give you those long slices so you can see what the knife's capable of. Now here we got some paracord. No problem with that. No problem whatsoever. Again, fantastic knife. Well, guys, listen, I had asked for y'all to pay attention the last minute. It's going to be about 2 minutes. Gene and Kayla Johnson are a very, very special couple in this knife community. Very special. They support a ton of content creators. They were there for us last night. They're always there when needed. And Gene hit me up today and he said, brother, I have a large favor. Their niece, Ravna, which means raven, Ravna, was born on December 24th. It's their niece, it's Gene's brother. The child's had a lot of problems, okay? So Gene asked me if I would mind posting a link. Gene and Kayla are sponsoring a GoFundMe for his brother, and their niece. The family's just, I mean, one, the child's having some health problems, so thoughts, prayers, vibes for that. That's first and that's foremost. But guys, that family don't need the wolves at their door. So what I'm going to do in the description, I'm going to put links to Donnie B All-day. I'm going to put links to Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. But I'm also going to put the link to Gene and Kayla's GoFundMe. Whatever you can do, do. Just, it's not sponsored through Choir Boys Cutlery. I want you to understand that. I'm not saying that distancing myself. That's the last thing I'm doing. What I'm saying is nothing is coming to Choir Boys Cutlery. Gene and Kayla Johnson are doing this for their niece. I fully support it 100%, and I'm glad to shout them out. And to Gene and Kayla, guys, I love y'all. God bless y'all. Our thoughts, our prayers are with your family and little Rafna. Good Lord willing, she'll get better soon. Well, guys, we're coming to the end. The Hinderer Emmett. You will see it in another video. And again, very impressive knife. But let's see what else she's got. I'm Scab. You're not. Everything's going to be all right. And I'm gone, son.